That's my 80-some thousand dollar hole in the ground. Been trying to get remotivated. Excuse me, I'm still sick. Remotivated and focused on the addition. Hit a couple of stumbling blocks as usual. Hey, Mom. Bronchitis or something. I don't know what the hell I got. All up in my head and my chest. I thought I'd tell you also our house guest. I've talked about her before. She was staying with us for a while, just trying to get resolution to her issues with her father's death and her mother and her family. And I don't think she ever really got any resolution whatsoever. But I hope Angela and I gave her enough shelter and solace to and she went back to Florida. I hope with a little better outlook or disposition. And as luck would have it, her husband comes up and they load up a lot of her stuff. Go back to Florida. Right off the bat, you got a hurricane comes through. And when you know it, a couple of weeks later, her husband has a stroke in the hospital. That poor girl spent 3 years nursing her parents, nursing her father, nursing her mother, basically loses everything. Finally gets her shit semi together to go home. Her husband has a stroke and now she's doing it all over again. Poor baby. But clearly I have my own issues to deal with. I think I sent you a couple of videos. I fell off the wagon. Then I fell off the road. I rolled into the ditch, kept going downhill. I don't think I hit rock bottom, but I damn sure hit some stuff on the way down there. I had a black eye and a scar on my face and everything to prove it. I was not well. Fell out a couple times. Pretty sure I was concussed for over a week. I couldn't get out of bed. When I did, I couldn't really function. Couldn't see. It was not good. Went to my doctor again. Of course, you can't figure anything out until you take alcohol out of the equation. I was all, they had me on, I took a gallon Ziploc bag of drugs, which was everything I had access to. I had so many drugs. I couldn't tell if it was the drugs that were messing me up, if the drinking was messing me up, if it was illness, just mental insanity. But I took the bag of drugs and the empty bottle of vodka. And I said, look, this is what I got to take, and this is what I go through in 3 days as far as I know. And I said the only thing there were my happy pill, there were only like 3 pills I wanted to take. And that's what I'm taking now. I got off all that other stuff. It's making me sick. I couldn't function. And I'm working on I think tomorrow will be my 1 week 1 week sobriety again. I can't say clean and sober, but sober, because I didn't want to go through detox again. That was horrible. And I felt I had the willpower to quit. It was just a matter of going through alcoholic detox is the one thing that could kill me. So I gave all my alcohol to Angela, and she's been giving me 1 shot. I think 1 shot, 2 fingers a night, 1 drink. And once I get past this weekend, I'm just going to try and either cut it off or just wean it even down further. You can't just stop, because that's what kills you. But, yeah, I mean, so I was, as I said, I was pretty sure I was concussed. And then coming, on the drugs and coming off the drugs, rehab withdrawal from drugs, then quitting, or trying to quit drinking. I mean, I could have possibly had withdrawal from that, and then I got sick. Upper respiratory, and then my head and ears, so that didn't. I'm in a giant mess. We found out collectively, Angela and myself, weren't really in the financial position we thought we were, or at least I speak for myself. I definitely thought I had a little bit more money than I did. I thought Angela had more than she did. We went to, I had to pay these guys. And we were scratching. I was digging every little hole I had. We got it together, but that was not the plan. I think that's kind of what, I guess, eventually just sent me over the deep end drinking. I was like, this is not how this was supposed to go. I thought we'd get our house guest off happily again and refocus, get this addition going, get back to work. Didn't turn out like that. But as I told you, I'm not quitting. I started off taking a break, and then I think my body just took a break for me. I I don't think I got angry. I had just a mental emotional collapse. I couldn't figure out where the money went, what happened. I wanted to find out, but then at the same time, it was racking my brain so bad. I didn't want to find out. I didn't want to. Like, you need to know, but then you don't want to realize what a dumbass you are. And I did a little bit of digging. I was chunking out $2,000, $4,000, $6,000 here and there, everywhere. For a year, basically. Even a little bit, $700, $1,000. Wasn't really keeping track. I thought I had this little nest egg. I still had money, but it wasn't enough. I mean, it's not enough. It was enough to pay, get out from under whatever debt we had, and then enough to go for another month and a half, I guess. Bills are not. So, kind of back to square one. Trying to get my head out of my ass. I've started some projects. I'm making some more column bases for that historic landmark down there in Richmond, which is challenging because I think I told you, I was ranting and raving this spring. All my shit is broken or keeps breaking. I get this job, a high-end job, historic national landmark, and all my shit's down. My table's on the ground, my joiner's down, my planer sucks. I'm out here in the fucking yard with this little 10-inch job site table saw, trying to replicate 1,700 column bases, ripping my fucking hair out. But that's life. That's what it is. Again, I had a little nest egg, and once I got this addition going, I was going to buy the proper equipment. But I couldn't buy it now anyway because I got nowhere to fucking put it. Anyway, I'm making do. I'll show you some videos of how I'm going about doing it. I just built 4 of them, 4 smaller ones, installed them a couple of weeks ago. They loved them, so they got me to do the main entrance. The bases are 26 inches, really big. It was a Confederate hospital during the war, and then it was a Union hospital, and then it was University. I don't think it was University of Richmond. It was Richmond College. Hey, that's part of where I work. I'm trying to work. I've only had like 6 hours in this week between just no work and being sick. But as I told you, not giving up, crawling back out of that hole. Tomorrow ought to be 7 days sober again. As I told you, I don't know if I was going through withdrawal or concussed or whatever, but I think I'm over the hump anymore. hopefully stay on the right track. I was thinking about that rehab facility, which was that was a big investment of time. I had my gripes and things. I think they do a good job and they have the best intentions. But one of the things I guess I never really got my head around articulating properly, when I was pitching about being able to walk and look, explore, is they've got their lesson plan. It's intensive and it's all day. You get up and you go into classes. You're being educated. You eat lunch, eat dinner, and you go home and you go to bed. You do it all over again for 28 days. I guess I can only speak for myself, and I'm sure some others. Some of us go in there with an addiction, and I think one of the key things that the rehab facility is missing, as I've said before, we picked up a bottle or a needle or a pill or whatever because we lost something else. We lost our passion for life, our passion for what we used to do, what made us happy. And I think what I was trying to tell those counselors, albeit great lesson planning and one size doesn't fit all, I felt like what they needed to do was take some time to make accommodations for the people who are trying to find something or recapture something in their life that they had lost, that made them go to the bottle. And I suggested to one of the counselors that maybe they should consider having the patients there teach a class about something they were passionate, which in my mind, even if as a bystander you weren't interested in it, it would give you some insight into somebody else's struggles, and it would give that person an opportunity to basically force himself to go back and try and recapture what it was they lost. Like in my instance, let's say they blocked out an hour of time and it was my job to teach 8 patients how to make a friction foam. The other 8 people may not give a shit about friction foams, but in doing so, me trying to teach it would force me back into something that I used to love doing all the time. And even with my messed up hand, I learned how to compensate and still do it. Somebody may have used to love knitting or cross stitching. Let that person take an hour, 45 minutes, share and teach, and just start trying to reacquaint themselves with the things that they used to love and lost and drove them to addiction. It's just a theory. Damn sure would have probably made a difference with me, because that 28 days, especially after that first week when I was really clean and focused and happy, before I got really disgruntled, I could have been flint napping making a bow, or, wandering around, I probably would have come out of that place totally different. But enough said on that subject. I'm going to try to get out of here and get something done. I did make I had another one of those miraculous experiences, and I wrote a very long story about it. And I made a video about it, but I can't remember. I didn't get permission per se to make it public, and I'm hoping, I just can't remember that I sent it to you in private before you passed. Because it was one of those stories that kind of set me back. Might have been one of the I'd say it was at least part of the reason it's sent me down the spiral like this. Trying to help our friend. I thought it would be beneficial. I don't know. I've got it. I can't post it without a permission. And I'm hoping I'll share it with you in private. Yeah. Maybe one. Alright. I'm going to go and try and be productive. See if I can make it another week without breaking. See ya. I'll show you. I'll make some videos about this thing I'm trying to build down there.